Hi there, I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com, and today I'd like to talk to you about the law of attraction and love. I want to give you a few tips that you can use to help you to really be able to attract that one, that soulmate, that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And so tip number one is basically to consider taking a look at all of your past relationships. This requires you to do just a little bit of soul searching. I would say you could go back as far as maybe if you had a really long relationship, maybe the past one relationship, or maybe the past 3 relationships if they weren't, really that long. But look back, over the last 10, 20 years of your life maybe, and look at the traits of each of the people that you spent a significant amount of time with, the traits that you absolutely know that you want in a relationship, and the traits that you absolutely know that you do not want in a relationship. Now, another thing that we can get from our past relationships is we can also, if we're really honest with ourselves, find out what it was about us that wasn't working. Relationships are a two-way street, and it's not always just that person was so wrong, but what was it about ourselves that we brought to the table that maybe made the relationship not work? And I can't tell you what that is for you, but you can certainly take some time to look at yourself and see what it was about yourself that in those 3 or however many relationships just wasn't working. And so that's tip number one, is look to your past to see what you liked and what you didn't like about your the people you were in your relationships, and then also what it was about yourself that was your weakness that maybe you could improve upon. Now, the second tip is to make yourself the best possible choice for a relationship. In other words, love yourself. If you're not willing to put the time and the energy and the care and the love into yourself, then why would anybody else want to? So it's time for you now to take a look at, say, the things that you're looking for in that other person. Do you possess those things? Say that you want somebody who has a great body. Well, do you have a great body? And it's not necessary that you have a great body in order to get into a relationship, but if that's your requirement, then you can't really be hypocritical about that. You need to step up and work on your own self. Sometimes there are things that you can forgive in a relationship where there are things that others would forgive you. Maybe, if you're not going to be the primary earner in the relationship, that might be something that you need to have if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom or something along those lines. Then, strengthen whatever you can about yourself so that you're bringing something of equal value to the table. Like, you're the best caretaker in the world. You're a great cook, or you do something. You bring some kind of value to the table, more so than other people might, and that will help you to be more valuable in an area where maybe that person is lacking. So, but you want to really take a look at enhancing as many things about yourself as you possibly can. And again, that starts by kind of looking at the list of things that you would like that other person to possess, and see if you can work your way up to being the best yourself in those areas, or complement in another area where maybe you're a little weak in one area but you're a lot stronger in another area. And it just takes really, again, being honest with yourself and really loving yourself. And all of these tips, are going to help you to ultimately turn up your energy vibration. They're going to cause you to turn up the love vibration, love being one of the most powerful energy forces in the world. And so if you are really loving yourself, not like, being an egomaniac about it, but just, really caring for yourself and honoring yourself and taking care of your needs, then that basically says to the universe that I am open to being loved. Now, the final tip that I have today is simply to let go of all of your negative thoughts that you have about other people. For example, maybe you've been in the dating scene for a while and you've gotten frustrated and you've gotten disappointed, and so you might just start to come up with all these ideas like all men are cheaters, or all women are bitchy, or women like to spend too much money, or men like to hang out with too many guys and drink too many beers, or whatever it is, whatever your stereotypes, whatever your negative thoughts are, whatever your beliefs are, whatever you've been continuing to come up against over and over and over, there's some resistance there, and there's a negative thought pattern there. There's something in you that's attracting that. There's something about your belief about that situation that continues to bring it into your environment, your personal space. And so take a look at eliminating all of those negative thoughts and those negative beliefs. And when you start to think about, when you catch yourself having one of those negative beliefs, turn it around and think about what the new belief would need to be in order for you to attract the ideal person, and only begin to think about the ideal characteristics. When you make your list, like we had talked about in my number 1 tip, the traits that you want to have, you want to read that list over and over again. And you want to, because what you'll find is that the more you think about something, the more it's going to show up in your space. You just have a tendency to attract things over and over that you think about over and over. Same way that you attract the negative energy and the negative qualities over and over again, it's because you're thinking about it. So if you can turn that around and start to think about all the things, all the ideal characteristics that you would like to have in that partner, then you're going to begin to see that show up more and more. If you think about a red car, or yellow car, or green car, whatever color car, okay, you just put that in your awareness, you're going to find that that color car that you're thinking about, you're going to see that color car show up more and more and more. And the same holds true with holding a vision for the type of man or woman that you're looking to attract. So just remember, all of this does work on a subconscious, on an energetic level, and all of this is not about what's out there, but it's what's in here. It's what's in your head, what's in your mind, what kind of thoughts, what kind of feelings, what kind of vibration are you creating and putting out there. So those are my 3 tips for you to work on to find the one, your soulmate, the one that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com, wishing you a love-filled, wonderful day. Bye now.